There's a recession coming, and when it hits, most people are going to lose money, not because they picked bad investments, but because they make one bad decision at the worst possible time. And what's crazy is the same recession that makes one person poor can make someone else very rich. So in this video, I'm going to show you exactly what happens when the market crashes and a recession happens, and what the difference is between someone who panics and sells all their investments, someone who just holds on to their investments, and someone who actually takes advantage of the situation. Because these three people end up in completely different situations, but you have the choice. And right now, everything feels normal. People are investing, the markets are moving, and life is going on. But there are a lot of things going on in the background that are key signs that a recession is going to happen. And I'm not here to scare anybody because no one actually knows if a recession will happen or not. But here are some major warning signs that people need to start paying attention to right now. Over the past couple of years, the Federal Reserve has been raising their interest rates to fight inflation. And this makes borrowing money or taking out loans more expensive, which affects businesses, housing, and consumers. And when borrowing slows down, spending slows down. And when spending slows down, the economy slows down. Another reason is energy costs are rising rapidly, and this is because of global conflicts and supply issues. And rising oil costs and energy costs was a big reason why the 2008 recession happened, when barrels hit a whopping $145 a barrel. And this is a main reason why gas prices are so high, shipping costs are so high, and food is going up. Companies make less profit right now because the cost to transport goods is through the roof right now, so they have to raise their prices to get better profit margins, which affects all the consumers. And when companies do this, people tend to just spend less money, which slows down the economy. A lot of professional analysts are saying that there's a 30 to 35% chance of a recession happening soon. Because interest rates are high, there's rising energy costs, there's global uncertainty, and those are major signs that the economy is going to start slowing down. But that doesn't guarantee a recession is going to happen, but it explains why more and more people are starting to talk about one. But here's the thing, a recession isn't just something to fear, it's something that you can actually take advantage of. Okay, let's say three people have $100,000 invested, and the market drops 30%. Now all of their accounts are at $70,000. They all just lost $30,000 on paper. And when you get into investing, you understand that there's risk involved. But when you actually see it happen, it hits very differently. Psychologically, losing money affects you roughly twice as intensely as gaining an equivalent amount. And this phenomenon, also known as loss aversion, suggests that emotional pain of $100 loss is comparable to the joy of $200 gained. Let's start off with person one, the panic seller. And this is what most people do. They see their account dropping, they get nervous, and they think, I need to get out before it gets worse. So they sell. They pull out their money at $70,000, and just like that, the loss becomes real. They didn't lose that money because the market dropped. They lost that money because they sold. Now here's the worst part. Eventually the market will recover. It always has over the last 100 years. But since they sold, they're not in it anymore. So their money's never going to recover. Let's move on to person two, the holder. Now this person does something completely different. They don't panic, they don't sell, but they just hold their money. Their account drops from $100,000 to $70,000, and they let it ride out. And honestly, this person is better than most people, because over time the market recovers. Their $70,000 goes back to that $100,000 and eventually higher. So they don't lose money, but they did not take full advantage of the situation. And if we were to compare this situation to the 2008 recession, where it took 5 years for the market to recover, this person would get back up to $100,000 in 5 years because they never reinvested anything else. And lastly, person three, the one who capitalized on the situation. And this is where this person thinks differently, because they see the same crash, but instead of seeing losses, they see opportunity. This person kept investing every week, every month. They kept putting in money. While everyone else was scared, they were buying. The same crash that scared one person became a discount for another. Because when the market crashes and the prices drop, your money buys more shares, so now they're stacking up investments at a lower price. Again, based on the 2008 recession that lasted 5 years before it recovered, this person would have fully recouped all of their losses after 2 years. And they bought all these shares of these companies at a lower price, so the compounding is going to work even harder for them. So let's look back on this scenario. The first person sells at $70,000. They're stuck at $70,000 at the end of the 5 years when the market recovers. The second person holds all their money and recovers back to up $100,000 in 5 years when the market recovers. And person 3, the one who kept buying, now when the market recovers in 5 years, they don't just have $100,000, they have $150,000 even more. Same market, same crash, completely different outcome. And most people during a crash panic sell, and it's not because of logic, it's because of emotion. When the market is crashing, everything is looking bad. The news is negative about it, people are panicking, and your brain is telling you, get out, be safe, cut your losses early, you already lost too much. But investing doesn't reward emotion, it rewards discipline. The market transfers money from emotional people to patient people. And here's the part most people don't understand. They think recessions just destroy wealth and they're a bad thing at all, but they create opportunity. Think about it like this. Imagine your favorite store, everything is suddenly 30% off. Do you run out of the store or do you buy more? But in the stock market, people do the opposite. Prices go down and instead of getting excited, they panic and sell. When the prices are lower, your money goes further. You get more stocks for the same amount of money. And when the market recovers, those extra stocks grow just the same. And that's how people build wealth faster during downturns, not by predicting the bottom, not by timing it perfectly. They just stay consistent no matter what the market is doing. Now, this doesn't mean you should just throw all your money in blindly when the market crashes. You still need an emergency fund, you need to invest in solid assets, and you need to not use the money that you need soon. Because the market can stay down for a while, but if you consistently invest during it, you will make a lot of money, trust me. Now, I wasn't old enough to be investing during the 2008 recession, but in 2022, I had been investing for about a year, and I had a decent amount of money in my portfolio. And this drop wasn't nearly as bad as the 2008 recession, but it was the biggest drop since the 2008 recession, with the S&P 500 dropping 20% and the Nasdaq dropping 33%. And me personally, during that time, I was person number 2. I didn't sell my assets, but I also wasn't adding more money. And I regret that decision now, but that's just something you have to learn off of, and for next time, you know that you need to keep investing consistently. Because the market is almost always going to recover, you just have to wait for it. And like now, I'm kind of hoping for a bad year because I want to buy all my stocks at a lower price. Like at the start of 2026, when the market was dropping around 10%, I was buying the whole time. And this is a small example because the market only crashed around 10%. But when the market is crashing 30 to 50%, there's definitely going to be a lot of emotions running through my mind telling me to sell and telling me to panic and get rid of my stocks. But you just have to keep in mind that this is just a temporary pain and the market will recover. And that's basically my mindset going on from now. I don't want a recession to happen, but if one does, I'm going to take advantage of it, and you should too. So yeah, recessions can be scary, but they're one of the biggest opportunities you're going to get to make money in the stock market. At the end of the day, a recession doesn't decide if you lose or make money. Your reaction does. Some people panic and sell, some people wait and hold, and some people take advantage of it and come out ahead. Recessions don't destroy wealth for everybody. They just transfer it from the people who panic to the people who stay consistent. And if this video made you think any other way about investing or recessions, drop a like, it really helps. And if you've ever experienced a market drop, or if you're worried about one, drop a comment. I'd love to hear your thoughts. And that's it for me. Peace.